So first off, let me apologize to everybody. I know it's been almost 2 weeks since I posted a video, and I'm sorry. So to all the loyal Blue Oval Media fans, I just want to say thank you so much for staying subscribed and staying tuned. Now let me give you some updates. Number one, I don't know if you all noticed, but FORD TAKEOVER is coming up in a few more weeks. And one of the things about last year is that this car right here, even though it made it to the events, there was always an issue with the car. And this year, I'm determined that either this car goes working properly or I'm the only one that's going to the event.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Miss the car.
What's happening, everybody? It is your boy Kenneth Sean with the world famous I know that was exaggerated, Blue Oval Media. And on today, I am going to go over some of the things that need to get done to this car before I take it to any other trips, any other whatever. I have a few issues with the KSD knot. But before I discuss those issues, make sure you go to blueovalmedia.com so you can get your fresh, oh yes, that Blue Oval Media gear that ships out ASAP. If anybody has ever ordered from blueovalmedia.com, they would tell you they never had a shipping problem. As soon as they hit send, I am on a plane dropping it off to their front door. All right, so let me go over a few of the issues that I've had. One of the issues was when we did the Terminator swap, and you put the T56 in. The T56 was installed and reverse lockout was hooked up to the brake light, and I felt like that was an amazing idea by the person that did it. The issue has been since that has been installed, I keep popping a brake fuse all the time. And even though we kind of went through it before, I am going to try to now go through it again because I am tired of popping brake fuses. And then what ends up happening is that not only do I pop the brake fuse and the brake lights are out, and then it's hard to put it in reverse. You can't get it in reverse. You have to force it in reverse. That's issue number one, and that's the one I want to tackle today. Issue number two, and these are the only two issues. I don't have no other problems with this car outside of this. Issue number two is that the heat and AC now don't work at all. Put a fuse in there, every time I turn it on, pop, pop. And so I technically need to pull the dash out in order for that. But for today's video, I think we're just gonna focus on reverse lockout right now. Try to look at that, try to see if there's some wires touching, and then go from there. Bottom line, I can go to FORD TAKEOVER without heat and AC working. I cannot go to FORD TAKEOVER with the reverse lockout and all those things happening, because like I said, I'm trying to put this car on the dyno. I'm trying to have the car fully working. You all saw at Foxtoberfest I had issues. FORD TAKEOVER 2020, I would not bring this car anywhere if I got some type of issue, okay? And then, yeah, so let's go ahead and try to see what we can do with that. And then we'll go from there. So here we go. All right, so step number one, I got up under the car. As you can see, I got the car up on jack stands. I got up under the car, unplugged reverse lockout. I don't think it'll interest you all to see it, but here, I'll show you. You can see over there, I unplugged it. Like it's kind of a little harder, but yeah, that's that. Step number two is that I have to go in here and change this fuse. And then what I want to do for a little bit is that I want to leave reverse lockout unplugged and kind of just test it around to see if the fuse pops without a reverse lockout plugged in. Then if I plug in reverse lockout and it pops, then I know where I need to check where the short is or where the issue is. So I'm going to change the fuse, go back, see what happens, and then go from there. Stay tuned.
Are you okay?
So I got the wife helping me and the baby. And as you can see, the brakes work, you know, and so we messed around with it a little bit. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and try to replug reverse lockout, see what happens. If I hit it a few times and if it pops, I know that is the source of my issue. So thanks, little baby. You're such a great help. So this is not the first time that it's happened, but it normally happens when I'm driving. So I'm trying to like see if I can see internally if any wires are touching or anything of that nature. But yeah, we're gonna do that, mess around, I'm gonna plug it back up, hit the brakes, see what happens, and then kind of go from there, see if it's still doing it. And then I'm gonna even try to put the car in reverse while it's up there, and then see what happens. So stay tuned. All right, as you can see, they're on and working, and when I hit the brakes, it's no popping. So yeah, this is where, like I said, it can get a little confusing. I don't know if you all can tell, but let's do this way. But the brake lights are on. You can see it. See the flashing? And so, and I've hit it several times. Look, it's in reverse. Look, come out, back in reverse. Brake lights are still on, out of, in reverse. See? I mean, it's perfect, you know. So it's really going, the ultimate test is going to be me driving it. And so I need to drop this thing down on jack stands and drive it and just try to tighten up everything. But this is one of the, like I said, this is one of the major problems. Sorry. This is one of the major problems that I'm having with this car. It's been off and on for the last few years with this situation. I'm trying my best not to have to dig all the way into it. I mean, reverse lockout, and that shouldn't be that heavy, popping the fuse all the time. The only other thing I could think of is that there's some other wire somewhere further up that may be touching something else, grounding out or whatever. So hopefully, you know, like I said, I just moved a couple things around. Like, it was fine for a long time, and then after Foxtoberfest, when we started messing around with all the wires in here, everything started like kind of going left field. So let me kind of show you all that as well. So another thing that was an issue was also these up here. And after Foxtoberfest, when I was having my issues, because I was rushing to get everything in order, I left these and they were hanging a little bit, and I didn't know. And long and behold, the tire touched a couple of them. So I had to go up under here one day and I kind of redid all of them. I didn't do a video on it, but you know, stuff was grounding out, and that's the last thing you need, is stuff grounding out. And so I just try to make sure all this stuff is together in order, because this is the stuff, number one, I don't know if you all know what's going on in this world, but it's hard to get parts like crazy. If you're trying to get some Fox body wiring harness, things of that nature, it's the hardest thing in the world. And I don't want to go through doing all of this again. I've already spent 4 years trying to put this car together. I really don't want to have to go through this again. And so that's where we are with that. But I'm gonna get this thing down, get this off the jack stands, see what happens, see if I can go around the block, see if reverse lockout and everything will still work. We'll come back and then we'll go from there. So stay tuned. All right, let me give you all an update about this right here. Bottom line, what's happening is that when I put the car in reverse and I hold the brake, and it's there, and if you hold the brake for like 3-4 seconds and it's in reverse, fuse is just gonna pop. So obviously it's drawing too much current. I don't know, I don't believe any wires are touching or anything of that nature. What I believe I'm going to do is I'm gonna officially disconnect reverse lockout from the brake lights to engage, and I'm either going to do the I think they sell like a reverse lockout bypass, where you can just put it in there, it's no wiring, it's nothing, and then you can just throw it in reverse. But I'm also going to talk to my man Andrew Hanlon from Hanlon Motorsports. He can definitely direct me in the right path on this. But there will be a part 2 coming to this, because obviously this is not going to work, and I'm not going to drive this car until this thing is 100% correct and 100% accurate. So I get that going, everything else will be okay. So yeah, but it still looks good. I don't know if that counts for anything, but the car is still in good shape and decent shape, and yeah, it's still clean. And I mean, why not? It never goes anywhere. I need to drive this thing. I'm tired of being part of the Fox Body anonymous non-driving crew. Okay, the car just sits here, and I'm in weather now that it can actually be driven and driven well. And also part 2, I wanted to let everybody know, for everybody that know or knew that I had the strawberry coupe, I officially sold that yesterday. So I'm sorry, won't be putting that on the channel. It's officially sold to somebody else, and so they have it. I hope they enjoy it. Please enjoy that coupe, because you got it for an amazing price, especially with what these cars are going for out here. You got it for an amazing price. But so I'll be doing a part 2. I'm gonna get the part, put it on there, and then we'll go from there. So if you like this video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and if you could think you know what's going on below, leave a comment below about, for you all that's got T56 Magnum transes, or if you just got a regular T56 trans in a Fox body, how do you got your reverse lockout hooked up? Let me know in the comment section below. It's your boy Ken Sean with Blue Oval Media. I am out.